All right, welcome back, everybody, to another session of Silversong. Let me see. Bookkeeping wise, first off, we're slightly unsure about the Whispers session this week. Just there might be a conflict, so I expect that might be rerouted or canceled. In which case we can find something else to do. But it's still up in the air, so I just thought I'd bring that up. The other piece of bookkeeping is that we've reached our 100 follower milestone that we've been trying to reach. Which I was excited about. It was like early in the morning, I think, that it happened. Yeah, so as promised, we'll do the special little stream at some point. But I wanted to get like a general consensus of when people want that to be. Well, what day would be the easiest for you to watch that? Because I want to
Weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a Saturday.
Friday night, Saturday at all, Sunday.
Because I would want to reschedule any streams, but if there's no Sunday stream coming up, then we could do it Sunday. But if it's Friday or Saturday, that would work fine for me. I just wanted to get kind of a general idea. I'll probably post something about it on the Discord as well to just let people add their input as to what day would be best, just so we can try to get as many people able to tune in as possible. Saturday at 3 in the morning.
You could always do a poll.
We could do a poll on stream, but it would have too many options. Yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, probably on one of the days when I'm not usually streaming. So, sort of the end-ish of the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday would be fine. So yeah, we'll discuss that a little bit. I don't want to say any spoilers, but we'll do that at some point because as promised, we've reached our milestone. $7 a.m. before morning cartoons. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I have to hit those morning cartoons, so
Yeah, you got
figure it
it.
out before then.
All right, I'll probably bring it up again at the end of the stream just in case more people here or different people are here, just to cover it once more. But yeah, so we'll try to get that happening soon, and I'll be posting about it in the Discord. So if you're in the Discord, you can talk about it more later. If you're not in the Discord, feel free to join it. Yeah, actually, might as well. If you're not in the Discord, feel free to join it. But or you can also just let me know here in the chat what would work best for you. But that's all I have to say at the moment. So I guess we'll get right into it. Silversong group. There you go. While while I'm doing the recap, I forgot to mention last session that you guys should level up. I was gonna have you level up when you left the city. and then I just forgot. And then I remembered yesterday, and I was like, I'll just let him do it at the beginning of the stream. So I didn't want to message you guys at like 1 in the morning when I remembered. So I was like, I'll just let them do it at the start of the stream while I'm recapping. But if you take longer than my recap, don't worry, you don't have to rush.
Okay.
If you're choosing spells and stuff like that, it's all good. The party, all orphans from the same orphanage, have set out to try to save the benefactor, the woman donating to their orphanage, the woman basically keeping it afloat, Lady Sullivan, who is ill with a very mysterious condition known as silver vein. Now, Lady Sullivan told the party of a story about a mystical liar. A liar that was said to be able to cure any disease, illness, or affliction, though most considered it to just be a children's fable. Miss Lady Sullivan, however, was convinced and had sent researchers to look for it, though she had lost contact with those researchers. So the party's task was to go find the researchers and see why they had seemingly dropped off the face of the continent. Upon heading south through the forest and arriving at Silken Shore, they learned a bit more about these researchers. They met up with one of them who had been sick the day they set out and stayed behind, a young Pavlova Palmerston, who you will see soon. And then headed out to the island where the researchers were going, upon which they found them all dead. The researchers had headed to an old dragonborn monastery in hopes that that would lead them to the lyre. And as the party searched around said monastery, they found leads that did in fact hint that the lyre may actually be tied to the story of a massive ancient dragon that had died. The Dragonborn described the incident as kinslaying and perceived it as a great sin. And the Dragonborn themselves were following the leads of the lyre in hopes that it would lead them to something that they referred to as their birthright. So after finding in the monastery a keystone, or half of a keystone, that would lead them to where the Dragonborn had sealed off the path to their birthright, they then headed to Glorybell in hopes of talking with an archaeomancer and finding out more leads on where the other half of this keystone might be. Upon which, when speaking with him, he told them that a nobleman and his employees had been inquiring as to the location of half of a keystone, which the party then deduced to be Lord Sullivan, who is Francis Sullivan, Lady Sullivan's son, who lived in Glorybell. So the party hatched a plot to sneak into the manor and steal, or locate and then steal the keystone should he have it. Which it turned out he did. And they snuck in rather successfully, managed to steal a couple items from him in an attempt to make it look like a standard burglary, and made away with the last piece of the keystone, as well as a ledger of payments that Lord Sullivan had been making to people within the area, though they weren't really sure why some of those payments were being sent. So, after searching through Lord Sullivan's things, that led them to suspect that their destination now lay within a mine that Lord Sullivan was running. And the operations surrounding that mine seemed to be oddly secretive, which aroused a sense of suspicion in the party. And so they decided to hunt for this mine, though the forest it's located within is a bit large, and so that might be a bit of a difficult task. However, they were informed that there was one of the people on the ledger who had been receiving payments from Lord Sullivan was actually located in the forest, an old hunter by the name of Wells. And they were directed to follow the path in order to find his little hunting cabin. So I believe that was the course that the party was setting out on now, heading through the grassy fields towards the forest in hopes of finding this Wells character. All right. So I'm just flipping things over. You guys still have time if you need to adjust things. If you're not fully ready, don't worry about it. So, also accompanying the party, as you can see, this is the party right here. And this is Pavlova Palmerston, as mentioned, the apprentice researcher who has sort of followed along with the party, offering what expertise she could when she could. As well as a dragonborn man named Rolla, who they'd briefly seen in Silkenshore before they headed to the Dragonborn Monastery, and then ran into once more in Glory Bell. I believe some of the party may be slightly suspicious as to what Rolla's motivations are, as they seem to be hiding a bit of information from him. But he insisted that if they're going to look for the mine, that he wanted to come too. And Pavlova was unsure as to whether or not it'd be dangerous, but she thought that maybe her knowledge might be helpful, and the party convinced her that it sounded like an adventure, so she's coming along too. All right. So is there anything that anybody needs to ask, or still working on level ups, or what?
Nope, I'm good.
I think I'm all.
Are we
Okay.
supposed to say what we did, or are we?
I mean, you can tell everybody what you did.
I increased strength and con by 1.
And you are
Got
playing for new people's reference.
Oh, I am a half orc cavalier fighter.
Very good.
What's your name?
That's Tibber.
Lord.
What's your name?
Tell me your name.
Even out those stats, you know.
Very well.
Well, if no one else is gonna go, I
Go ahead.
play a Genasi warlock named Gale Riverrun, and for the 4th level, I'm taking both charisma.
Very well.
Ooh, nice.
All right. Kaj is a wildfire druid, but now he has a level in cleric.
Very well.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, Zero, my changeling, just brushed up on some of his linguist skills.
Very well. All right. Seems like D&D Beyond is taking a sec to realize that you've leveled up, but that's okay. I'll just refresh it later. Alrighty. So, the 4 of you and your 2 companions have left the western gate of Glory Bow and set off along an old dirt path that winds its way between gently rolling grassy hills. The terrain around you resembles much like your time spent in Sunnyside. Glory Bell is sort of centered within those grassy plains. But far off in the distance, you can see the very edges of the forest line. And you estimate that you'll probably arrive within it, approximately within a day's travel.
All right.
So, as you leave one of the old stables behind out front of the city and make your way out into the grassland, this path is not nearly as well walked as the ones that you traveled in Sunnyside. Clearly, the path through Sunnyside was walked by traders heading from Silken Shore into the center of the kingdom towards Glorybell, but this path you don't see nearly as many footprints, and you don't see the same kind of heavy cart tracks that you could see back in Sunnyside. Clearly, this path is far less frequented than the other. As you set off into the countryside, is there anything that you want to discuss as you walk?
I'm bored.
I'm just really excited to get back to the forest again. We're almost there,
Yeah.
Tibbs.
Yeah, I know.
Trees.
So how are you bored? We just left.
What have we done this whole time? We've been in the city for days. Didn't get to do anything fun. Wasn't allowed to snoop in a house.
Ugh,
Feel very bored.
that again.
Yes, that again. And it only happened yesterday, so yes, that again.
We could break into a house. That's pretty fun, huh?
You know what's strange? I feel like I can sense things around me better. It's weird.
Are you
Like what?
okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my talents back. Feel slightly more focused.
Well, what kind of things are you sensing?
I don't I feel like everything around me it's just strange. I feel like I have a heightened sense of I don't know. It's weird.
Hmm.
Did you take something from a shady man?
No,
I mean, I always send
not
stuff
this
around
time.
too. That's how I do the fire. It's not like I'm making it. I'm just calling it, right?
Oh. Hmm. You
Is that how
guys,
that works?
I know.
Yeah. What do
So
you
it's
think
not
it
even
Just-
is?
your fire. You're just
No,
whose is it?
no one's.
I don't think fire can be owned.
Well, I mean, if you light a fire, I would say it's yours. I mean, it's not like really yours, but like you created it, so
As soon as you created it, doesn't make it yours.
No, it's not yours just because you created it. That would be like saying your very alive parents own you. Because they created you.
well, I mean they did for a while.
Man, they just get worse and
legally.
worse. The more you tell me about them.
I mean they don't anymore. I'm kind of on my own now.
On your own, huh?
On your own, surrounded by people.
Well, we're on our own now. I mean, we don't really, you know.
Yeah. Do you have a cold?
What?
A cold.
Cold. Yes.
You have a
Me?
cold, Tibbs?
Do
Yeah,
I?
yeah, it's just strange. Your voice seemed higher than usual.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Where'd Gil go?
He's to the north.
Probably running off.
Why do I know where he is?
I mean, I can see him too.
It's because you have eyes.
I'm not looking there. I just know where you are. That's so weird.
Stop being weird.
Rua is on some shit right now.
It's Zero, if
Zeru,
you don't mind.
sorry. Getting used to it.
Next
For some
time you
reason, I
should.
can't see your name anymore.
Next time you should offer what you're having.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. It's strange. Yeah. Usually my name does float somewhere near me.
Oh, you guys didn't see that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Okay, I thought it was.
I don't appreciate all the fourth walls are breaking right now.
How come they don't have names? I'm gonna point at Pavlov.
Yeah, Dungeon Dragon Farm Pavlova can level up. I'll give her an extra. I'll give her an extra plus
Hey.
to her modifiers on the specialized rolls you can do.
Oh, nice.
And only
Oh,
because you
okay.
asked Dungeon Dragon Farm.
I was actually going to ask too, but I was like,
Alright, yeah, she'll gain a little bit of extra to the rolls that she can do for you, which is history, religion, arcana, and investigation.
And also slapping people awake. I remember that.
Mhm.
She did do that.
True. All right. So you make your way along through the path, quietly discussing the strange floating names above your heads. As you travel through the grasslands. Zero, you mentioned that you wanted to compare bows with Rolla.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you can do so. It's I think I mentioned last time that it's a short bow like your own. Um,
Just wants to see it, like who's better. If
It-
it's got any trick shots, that sort of thing.
Well, I would say yes. It actually does look better than yours. It is carved from wood, much like your own, but it's wrapped in what at first looked like leather. But as you sort of investigate it, you notice that it is covered in sort of very fine scales.
Whoa. What's that made out of?
He just sort of looks down at what you're mentioning. What do you mean? It's made from worm's hide.
Worm?
I'm sorry.
Worm's hide?
Yes.
So like
Like the worms in the ground?
dragon?
Those don't have hide.
How many worms did you dig up?
Worm, the old term for dragon.
It's made
Like
out of
it's like the professor Lindworm.
That's what that means? Wait, so your bow is made out of yourself?
Not made out of no. It's wrapped with worm's hide and not dragonborn hide.
Yeah, because having something made out of dragonborn hide would be weird.
Yes, that would be indeed a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Ah, that would be weird.
Wait,
I'm gonna
didn't
walk
we
nervously
find?
away.
So, what? How does that help having worm hide?
Well, dragonborn look at greater dragons, drakes, wyverns, and even wormlings as ancestors, if you will. Cousins, brothers, even. And, well, there's a lot of great power in dragons, even after they die. So often, things like that are passed down through bloodlines. And this one has fallen to me.
So it's like an heirloom.
Yes, a birthright.
So heirlooms are birthrights.
I suppose you could say it's not quite the same as a more human concept like an heirloom, but I suppose it's comparable. That helps you understand it.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the power is passed down,
Indeed,
and that is the birthright.
of course.
Zero kind of glances in Kaj's direction subtly.
Wait, didn't we get a thing with that?
I don't know what you're talking about, Tips. Do you know what you're talking about, Tips?
Well, I mean, written in the journal in my mind, I have
In my mind palace.
He's got a
the
mind check.
the whole thing with the birthright is more or less.
Indeed. Uh, so you kind of spend some time discussing various things, and make your way through the grasslands. And as you pass by midday into the afternoon, and then further into the evening, you finally arrive at this massive tree line that stretches all the way up to the north and all the way down to the south. And so now you stand at the forest's edge. And the path that you were following does indeed stretch out into the forest. As you've been walking, the path has been getting narrower and less well tended. Grass kind of overgrowing parts of it. Clearly not a very frequented road. But it does stretch out into the forest should you choose to still follow it. Unlike the deep green domain, this is not filled with pine trees and evergreens. This is more of a deciduous forest.
Yes,
This is more like it.
deciduous
There's something deciduous about this forest.
terms.
You're deciduous.
Pavlov has to explain what that means to everybody because it's not a commonly used word.
I feel like we all know what that meant, right, guys? We all knew that.
This what?
Yes,
Yeah,
I totally
that
get
one.
it. Like the Pokemon.
The what now?
What?
Sorry, it's this game I've been making up
Oh,
You're making a game.
in my mind.
You're doing a lot of stuff
in your mind check.
Yeah, so I don't focus so much. I think a lot. Surprise, surprise. I mean,
So
you'll probably like it, gosh. It's about like animals and shit.
Oh,
Get to
Well, you know-
name them, fight them.
comes out of your mind.
You
and
don't
you
have
get
to fight them, but
Wait, you're fighting animals?
you don't have to fight animals. Okay,
guys, I have a question.
what?
Do any of you remember where we're supposed to find wells?
Good question.
Wait, hold on. Did I even tell you guys about wells?
Also a good
Wells.
question.
Kaj, I feel like we may not have told them.
You mentioned
For-
a thing,
For chat's
About-
reference, here you go.
a day or two's ride. That's what does mean.
Oh yeah, no, we don't have to go. We don't have to look for the mine
Oh
for
yeah,
the
Mr.
first
Wells.
day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But
Yes.
yeah, no. Wells is apparently like a tracker or a hunter or something that lives in this forest, and he I don't know, brings people places, I think.
And
So we can
what was the clue to where he is?
exactly. He's here. He's somewhere.
Well, if he knows his forest better than us, he might find us first, yeah.
He definitely should. Oh,
It wasn't that long ago. If you want me to remind you, I can.
Please do.
Yes.
no, we should have remembered.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that long ago in universe.
Yeah.
So I can remind you, since you guys would have just had this happen to you, whereas it's been a week for your real selves.
Mhm.
And I'm tired.
Of course, yeah. I know that feeling. So you were told that all you had to do was follow the path through the woods. As long as you didn't stray from it, that you should be able to find his shack.
So we should probably stay on the road, which is definitely what I was going to do 100% before remembering that little tidbit of information.
But there's all these trees.
Yeah, well, we have to stay on the path for the first day at least, because they said day or two, right? Then it's not going to be on the path, or many people would have found it by now.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm the one you have to worry about. Then I'm gonna look at Gil.
Oh, flowers.
As you make your way along this path, quietly discussing the importance of remaining on it, it begins to get dark. It's passed into evening and the sun is starting to go down. And so you can decide if you want to press on further into the night or if you want to make a camp and resume the next day.
Well, Rolla, how good are you at setting up camp?
Well, I've done it several times myself. I can assist you.
Oh, are we
Do we have
going?
that other tent?
No,
Because I have one.
we only have one.
I'm sleeping outside.
We
Right.
Tibbs. We
Huh?
may have had an old lady die in the other tent,
Ha!
if you recall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so we have
remember
one
now.
tent.
Yeah, I'll sleep outside.
Yeah, Pav gets in the tent as usual. I mean, Zeru kind of narrows his eyes at Rolla. I guess he could potentially share,
Sleeping
but
under the stars is quite fun for me, thank you.
okay.
So, are you just setting up camp kind of along the side of the road, or are we setting up camp alongside the road, or are we going further into the forest like we did last time?
Please, we should probably go further into the forest.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I don't trust that. Otherwise,
Trust what? Going further into the forest or the road?
no, staying by the road.
Yeah, after that last time.
Hey, Gil.
Hmm.
Where do you think we should camp?
Uh.
He went the other way.
That's so strange. I don't know where Gale is right now.
Here you go.
Nice.
A breeze leads you to the perfect clearing for a camping spot, Go.
Hmm.
Ah, thank you, Wendy.
He's really good at this. I don't know why.
Wait, did you just say Windy?
What, are you the only one who can name random things?
No, I mean, it's a good name. Everyone knows it's Windy.
All right, I'm gonna get the fire going.
Where are
Get
you
some
going?
branches and stuff.
I'll set the tent
Right.
down like up here. Oh, perfect.
Wow.
Nice.
God, I'm so fast.
We were on the same page there, huh?
Yeah.
Shush, Dungeon Dragon Farm. They haven't noticed this is the same
Yeah.
one from last time. That was literally the only reason why I said should we camp off the road so I could reuse it.
I thought it looked familiar.
I did not even notice.
I mean, actually, I made a whole new map just for you guys.
Wow.
There's something so comfortable about all the trees. It's like I've been here before.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who's
See-
taking watches?
I can take a watch if you wish.
I will also take a watch.
Me too. All three. Sorry, I'm third.
I'll take last watch.
Yeah, you guys can shift off watches. Taking slightly shorter watches since you have an extra guy who's gonna do it.
I'll take last, I guess.
I'm taking last.
Yeah, and I'm taking the one before that.
Fine, I'll go with Kosh since he wanted to ignore rules when I said I was third.
Wait,
Wouldn't-
what?
They can
Who's
still-
taking what?
I'm
Ruben,
taking
or
last watch.
Zeru said that they wanted to go before that, second,
Yeah.
like second to last, but
Second
I
to
clearly
last.
claimed it.
No, you claimed third.
I thought we were looking at 4.
No, there's 5.
Well, I changed my mind. I want to go with Kosh.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Alright, gosh,
4
just
shifts then.
wake me up or something.
Wake you up.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm going first?
Okay, I'll fine. I'll go first. I'll go first. Whatever.
It was a question. I don't really mind.
I'm gonna wake you up, Tips. Then you wake up Rolla. And Rolla wakes up Gale. And then Gale wakes up Kosh.
Okay.
Pav sleeps.
I'm gonna lay out my bedroll like almost exactly where I am and then just sleep by the fire.
All right. So, who's first watch? Sarah?
Zero's, yeah.
Okay. Then each of you sort of finds a place to rest, either close to the fire or away from it. Rolla finds a spot kind of leaning up against a tree to rest his eyes. And you manage to drift off to sleep. Anything anybody wants to do in particular before they long rest?
Zero's gonna practice, like, go through the fighting motions. And just practice.
Very well.
I'm gonna stare into the fire as I fall asleep.
Alrighty. Zara, your watch passes uneventfully. You spend some time kind of making sure that you're not rusty with your fighting technique. But other than that, you don't hear or sense anything around you as you take your watch.
Okay. They're gonna try and also see if they can, like, how far they can go before they can't, like, know where everyone in the camp is. Kind of just, like, test it.
Yeah, you spend some time doing that as well. You kind of sense out your range from when you stop being able to kind of feel the presence of your companions. Capping out around 30-ish feet.
And then he's just gonna wake up to her.
All right. Yeah, you finish your watch and wake up Tibber for the next one.
Rise and shine.
Yeah.
Tibbs, anything you want to do on your watch?
Not particularly, no. Just kind of reminisce a bit in
Alright.
the fire.
Yeah, as you kind of sit close to the fire, keeping yourself warm. Your watch also is rather peaceful. The only thing that kind of The only thing of note is that about halfway through your watch, as you're sitting quietly beside the fire, you hear in the distance the howling of a wolf. You can make a perception check for me. All right. With a 13, you sense that it is relatively far away, but you're not sure how far.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It does sound as though it is just one wolf. No other wolves answer the call.
Gotcha.
It's just a solitary howl in the night. But other than that, your watch is peaceful as well.
No. Who was I waking up again? I think it was the dragon. Hey. Hey.
Oh, time for my watch.
I think you were third, right?
I believe so. All right, very well.
It works. Let's go back to bed.
All right. Then the rest of you sleep while Roller takes his watch. Fade to black, and eventually, Kaj, you're kind of awoken by someone just kind of gently pushing at your shoulder.
Mhm. Hey.
Time to pass off the watch.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
I'm going to get some more rest.
Sounds good.
And then he resumes his place by the tree.
I think Gale wants to be awake too. I'm gonna nudge Gale awake. You want to be on this watch too, Gale? That's what's going on? Okay.
Yeah.
Our turn then.
Okay.
All right. Then the two of you awake and take your watch. Is there anything you guys particularly want to do during your watch?
I'm gonna produce flame in my hand. Just try to make it match the fire in the campfire.
Mm-hmm.
When he does that, I'm going to cast create bonfire next to the bonfire.
Okay.
Weird
See what he
flex.
says.
I didn't do that, Gale.
What? Are you sure? You're the fireman.
No, that wasn't me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get up and start looking around.
He just.
What the hell? Why did this happen?
I don't know. It's strange. Maybe your fires are growing.
They're not mine. Koch is deeply concerned right now. Did we wake the others?
Huh?
That
Oh,
was
cast a bonfire right there.
what the hell? Why are you not freaking out, Gale?
Oh, I can do that now. Sorry.
You can do that?
Mm-hmm. I'll have to go away.
You can make it go away.
Hmm. Look behind you. It's gone.
How do you make it go away?
I don't know.
Can you make that one go away?
I didn't cast it.
Okay.
Kaj, as you kind of look past Gale towards your own bonfire, you notice that the flames have changed from an orange and red gradient to gold.
All right, I'm gonna rush over.
Oh fuck.
Are you? Do you see the scale?
Okay, that I didn't do.
Oh,
Definitely didn't do that.
poggers.
And the flames kind of circle with this intense golden light as you stare into them. And they sort of draw you towards them, Kaj.
All right. I'm gonna reach toward them.
Oh, I want a good view.
You kneel down next to your campfire, which now has flames of gold. And as you sort of gaze into this fire, you see at first what was just shadow flickering within the flame, and slowly it becomes a silhouette. And at first it's kind of hazy and hard to see, but it begins to focus slowly over the course of a minute or so. Eventually, you can see that it is a female form wearing armor. And as it begins to sharpen, you can make out a face. Gale, you are not able to see any of this.
All right. Well,
Um,
this is about to.
The only thing that
boring.
you see, Gil, is that the reds of the fire have faded to just almost an entirely purely yellow flame. That's what you see.
All right. I'm gonna try and change the color with prestidigitation. Make it blue.
It refuses.
Oh, fair enough. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna do the watch since he's not going to.
Yeah, are you not seeing this?
Nope. Looks like a yellow fire to me. I've got wind, you've got fire. You do your thing.
Okay.
As it begins to sharpen and you begin to be able to see not just a silhouette, but facial features as well, this is what you see. Within the flame, you see the face of a woman. She wears heavy-looking armor, and across the center of her face, you can see what at first you thought was a scar, but then you can see that it is sort of traced in gold. And as you're able to now see this face, a voice, heard only by you, calls out in the darkness. Son of the North, you walk into danger.
Who are you?
I am called Hestia the Golden, and we are linked, us two.
So you can. How do you know where I am?
Well, it is complex. I am no longer tangible. I have passed on many years ago.
Okay.
And now I watch over those who would enact my will. Those who share a connection with me.
You said I'm walking into danger.
Yes,
How bad is it?
I can feel it. The path you walk is not an easy one. But in spite of that, you persist. And I believe that is why we are linked. You spend your time healing those even who don't ask for it, and protecting those that you care about. And I believe that is what has forged our connection. And so I wish to aid you as best I can.
I understand. Thank you. So you know about what we're trying to do, the lyre, where we're going.
Indeed. I have been watching over you. I understand the path you walk, and I understand why it is necessary.
Well, it's really comforting to know someone's looking out for me.
Indeed. But more than that, I wish to give you a gift. Son of the North, reach your hand into the fire. I need you to trust me.
I trust you. I'll reach my hand in the fire.
You reach your hand into the fire, and it does not burn you. Instead, it feels incredibly warm. It gives you this sense of peace and calm, as well as fills you with this feeling of intense determination and perseverance. And you feel incredibly warm as this fire spreads through your hand and all the way up your arm through your entire body. And Gale, you notice the flame of the fire begin to get far brighter, reflecting off of the forest clearing around you. And as you turn back towards Kaj, you see this light kind of envelop him, swirling around him. And then you see wings grow from his back for just a moment before they disappear into a puff of feathers. Kaj, you feel that your healing has been enhanced. As you've now made the connection between you and your spirit guide, Hestia the Golden. You have now forged that connection and solidified it.
Hestia, thank you. I won't let this go to waste. I won't let you down.
The land you enter, the chasm, it corrupts. It takes what should be pure and it eats away at it. With the boon I have given you, I hope that at least you may delay its spread. Though I'm afraid it's far too powerful for me to reverse it.
I
Please,
understand.
I beseech you, act with caution.
Will do. I'll take it from here.
My time in the flame grows short. I feel myself flickering at the edges. It's been a long time since someone has summoned me through flame. I will continue to watch over you.
Okay.
Nice.
Can I reach out to you again like this?
You may attempt it, though it may be difficult on occasion.
Okay.
And simply channel your magic through the fire, and I will attempt to connect with you.
Got it.
Goodbye for now, Son of the North.
I won't let you down, Hestia.
I know that you will not. Persevere, brave son, and I know you will succeed. And with that, you see the silhouette within the flame now flicker back into the normal fire. And slowly, the gradient of the flame returns, changing from this bright gold that it was back into the standard orange and red of a normal fire.
What the hell was that all about?
Did you see her too, Gil?
I saw you grow rings.
That was weird. But you didn't see her, you didn't hear any of that?
I didn't know the fire was a she.
Oh. Well, you saw it get brighter, right?
Sort of. It just went from being red and yellow to all yellow.
Okay, well, I'll recount everything that just happened to Gil. Since you were here, you probably won't think I'm crazy right away. But
Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, you recount what had just occurred to Gail. Gail, you definitely missed out on some of that. You didn't hear any voices or see any figures within the flame, but you definitely know that something occurred because the fire was acting a little bit weird and Kai's growing wings was slightly strange.
Just a little bit. Well, I guess that means that neither of us are human.
what does this even make me?
Pretty.
Sure.
I don't know.
Feel really confident right now. That's strange. I don't know if I should tell the others right away. What do you think?
I don't know if it would necessarily hurt, but maybe when it's a little more personal.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know.
good idea.
It's kind of hard to tell. I mean,
I mean, it would sound crazy out of nowhere, right?
that's true. I mean, at least for our group, it would kind of be normal, but we should probably just wait. Maybe if we get a better understanding, then we definitely should say something, but maybe not now.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So can you fly?
I don't think so. I have to try.
All right, pick me up and take me over to the tree.
Well, I don't know if I can.
Gale
The wing
closes
deal,
his
I
eyes
felt
and
it,
hold
but
his
I
hands
don't know
up.
how to do it.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna
It's like a
try
trust
to
fall.
sprout wings.
You're going to make an attempt to summon them, Kosh?
Yeah.
All right. Then tell me what you do.
All right. I'm going to envision fire inside me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to focus on the image of the golden fire and try to turn the fire inside me to gold.
Yeah, you feel that same warmth begin to spread through you.
And then I'm going to try and shape it into wings.
As you sort of focus and spread it through your body, you feel it kind of concentrate along your back, and then out through your back, these golden wings bathed with light spread out behind you. And Gale, you see Kaj's eyes now just a solid, bright, glowing gold.
Oh, I was
guess I
kind of
can.
kidding. That quick, pick me up.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Gil up.
All right, you kind of grab him with both your arms, and it's a little bit unwieldy, but you manage to kind of flap those big wings and lift him a little bit off the ground.
I don't know if I can lift you up too high, Gil.
So, wait, maybe okay. I'm gonna hold my breath and levitate. Maybe it'll make it easier for you.
All right, Gale begins to levitate, which alleviates most of the weight that you're kind of dragging along behind you as you fly. So it's a little bit easier to manage as you kind of flap your way around with these golden light, these wings of golden light bathing the area in their glow.
All right, I'm gonna fly like 20 feet up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, Gale, can you make it down from here?
Sure. I'll just be a little slow.
Okay, and I'm just gonna let him go.
All right, you drop Gale, who is obviously levitating, so he's all right.
This is so weird. I think I want to get down now. I'm gonna try and land.
Yeah, it's your first time, so maybe you're a little bit less graceful than you hope to be. You kind of stumble a little bit as you land, but the wings feel relatively normal. You're able to steer yourself with relative ease, and you land back on the forest floor once more.
This is. Gil, I can fly.
You sure can. It's pretty cool.
That might be the craziest thing to explain to the other two.
Definitely
more fun
don't
to
know
show them.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Better yet, you should take Zeru and just pick him up and just go. That'll
Right
scare
now?
the shit out of him. No, don't do it now.
Okay. I was about to say, I think Zero might stab me if I tried that.
Yeah, don't do it now. Do it later. Or, better yet, you could make it look like a trick. Kind of like the redhead human wizard that was like, oh yeah, I can teleport.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can be like, oh yeah, I can do this, and just start flying.
I don't know how often I can do this, though. I'm going to try and put the wings away.
Yeah, you can kind of choose to disperse them, and they disappear into a cloud of these feathers that kind of fade away.
And I'm going to sit down on the ground. That kind of takes a lot out of you, actually. I felt nervous the entire time, like I had to purposefully keep them there. Maybe it'll get easier. Remember what I was saying, Gail, about how the fire is all around and I just call to it usually?
Mm-hmm.
These are a bit different. This is actually mine.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But other than that, your watch is relatively peaceful. Other than the the little bit of flying that you did. And so at the end of your watch, you see the sun begin to rise over the trees as dawn approaches. And so you two can decide when you want to wake everybody else up to get going.
Should we wake him up, Gil?
Yeah, alright. Who are we waking up again?
Everyone now. We were the last one.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Gonna wake up there.
I'm gonna wake up. Pavlova.
Morning already?
Mm-hmm. Sleep
Alright.
well.
Not too bad.
Sarah.
Hmm?
Wake.
Yeah, sorry.
Up, up.
I'm up.
Morning, Pav.
What sort of fire did you two make last night? Shining right through the tent flaps.
It was
Fire?
really nice, wasn't it?
Oh, that was me.
Gil
I'll
can
give him a wink.
Gil can make fires too now.
Hmm?
What?
I'm out of a job.
No, I don't know about that.
I would have nudged him so like,
That must have by
Uh,
this extra point.
a lot of fire.
Hmm.
I'm surprised we're still in a forest then. With Gale and the power of fire.
Mm.
We should probably be careful.
It was nice fire this time. What's for breakfast, Tibbs?
what?
Breakfast.
I normally whatever I find in my pocket.
What? All right, what's in your pocket?
Well, let me check. I'm all out.
Yeah, I just realized this is probably a pretty bad idea. I only have some bread.
I forgot to buy more food.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
great. Go to my backpack. Put out some pastries.
Nice.
You are a lifesaver.
There you go.
Thank you.
We
you go.
should probably find like a river or something too.
There you go.
Can't believe we ate all that fish. I don't want to see a fish in a while, honestly.
I'm sure we can find something. It's nice
Oh,
to
yeah,
do that
you
all day.
guys do that plant thing, right? You go out and you find. Remember that time when we found the honey and then we tried to get it,
Mhm.
but then we got in trouble with the bees, obviously, and then we had to jump into the um, stream, but then they were waiting for us.
Yeah,
Oh man,
let's try not to do that again.
yeah.
I don't know, Tibbs, you scared of bees?
No.
There we go.
Why would I be scared of bees?
Yeah. Where was Tibbs on that one? I feel like it was just you, me, and Gale.
Bees aren't so scary when you can eat them by the handful.
You
Eat?
bees by the handful.
Eat?
You don't?
Why are you doing that?
Eat?
What do you mean?
Bees are
You don't,
important for the ecosystem. Tibbs,
you
you
don't
can't just
eat
eat them by the handful.
babies? What?
They're
I
not
mean,
candy.
not all the time. They hurt sometimes, but
Oh my. They should hurt all the time.
well, you get used to it.
Yeah, we're keeping you away from the hives.
Actually, I have this theory. It's sort of like it kind of helps actually.
This is about your game that you're making.
No, I could include it in the game though. But like if a bee stings you in like certain spots, it could like feel good.
No.
I know that sounds fucking
Let's go.
crazy,
Let's
but
go. No.
I'm giving kids the weirdest look right now.
come on, man.
Are you okay?
What do you mean? What? Yeah?
All right.
I mean, I feel pretty good for, I mean, you guys said it would eating bees is bad, but I feel pretty fucking good, so I don't know.
Come on, guys.
Use your tent back, lad.
Oh, thanks. Got carried away.
And don't worry what they're talking about. Baked bee bread with honey is a delicacy in some parts of the world.
Yeah. I'm leaving.
I'm truly ahead of my time.
All right, so you spend some time gathering up the camp and putting out the fire, ready to resume your journey, and a little bit of a walk to the south. You eventually arrive back at the path. Let's take a little 2-minute break right now, since this is a good spot for it. So we will be right back in a couple of minutes or so. So go get another drink, get a snack, go to the bathroom, whatever you gotta do, chat, and players. And we will be right back in just a moment.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Peace.
I have to
Kaj,
change that.
why are you breaking the game, buddy?
Gotcha. I'll change it over to something else. Let me take a look at the other domains real quick.
You should be Twilight Cleric. Get this whole night and dark thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Ooh,
Kitten.
Twilight Cleric.
Oh god, kitten. You hit her in the eyeball.
Go light. It has to do with fire.
Light or nature?
I thought you were gonna pick light. I would.
Nature or nurture?
Twilight.
That is the question.
Well, I already get burning hands for free then.
Man, I
You
want
can switch
Twilight
spells, though.
Cleric. Maybe I'll be a Twilight.
You already going Twilight, you nerd.
Hmm?
You're
If you
broken.
get,
Oh
if
yeah,
you get
wish.
burning hands, you can just switch your druid to something else.
Well, I get for wait 1 second.
I was thinking of taking a cleric level.
As a rogue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it free for both classes. So
How do you even have
Okay,
wisdom?
hear me out. It's gonna sound
Influence.
real weird. What if you
Yeah.
went Forge Cleric?
That would
Actually,
not fit.
What?
Just kidding.
No.
Just kidding. I
what?
forgot you're a druid. Look, you don't get. Look here, you rogue. You don't get to talk about clerics right now.
I would probably
I
go nature
forgot.
then.
Yeah, probably.
Fantastic.
Kind of the only one that fits.
But he's gotta feel it.
Or light.
It's Kaj, or it won't make sense. And it's a good thing Zero can now is better at sensing things, because his passive perception is 11.
How are you better at sensing things? Someone get that.
Because he's awesome.
Still,
It's the knife.
All right. Are we missing anybody?
Nope, don't think so.
Nope.
Alrighty. Then let us resume. So, as you make your way away from the campsite and arrive back at the path, you resume your course west, further into the woods. Just gonna copy you all the way back down. I forgot that you were all the way up there. Alrighty. And return back to the path that winds its way through the trees. And you spend some time walking along this path as you did the day before. And it's hard for me to represent this because I do want ambience, but there we go. The forest that you kind of walk through is far more silent than the thickets that were in Sunnyside or the Deep Green Domain. You don't really hear too many birds chirping or squirrels scampering about in the brush. This forest seems very, I suppose, lonely, you could describe it.
Well, what happened to all the shit? Did the bees
What
get
shit?
scared?
Hmm.
What?
There's like nothing going on.
I mean,
Oh.
this is a forest. I mean, there's a gigantic gale over there.
There you go. He was doing the thing where he darts around as I'm trying to
Oh.
take his portrait. And so sometimes it accidentally grows it instead. But you make your way back along this path and travel for a little longer, slightly, a little bit unsettled by sort of the lack of animals around here. You travel for another few hours, winding your way in between the trees in this very quiet section of woods. When in the distance you spot another clearing. And in between the trees you can see a small little cabin nestled within a thicket.
Well.
I bet that's. Yeah. But I don't know why you would say his last name thrice.
I didn't even think about that. Well, actually, isn't it Wells?
Yeah. So you said well, and that's Wells.
Yeah. Who's gonna take the lead here?
So spread throughout this clearing you can see kind of an old chopped down log and a large stone sitting next to what appears to be a fire pit, a ring of stones and some old ashes. The hut itself made from old logs and straw. And you can see kind of a very gentle wisp of smoke coming out from the chimney.
You want me to do it?
Well, what's our plan here?
Oh, I was just gonna go in there and tell him to take us to where the mine is, because that's what he's paid to do.
All right, I suppose.
Does anyone else have like a different plan? I figured
good to
we
me.
could sound irritated if he doesn't understand what's going on. And then I'll just start lying, Pep.
Oh, all right.
Are we going or?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Zero gruffly
Wait.
knocks on the
Ah.
door.
You wait a moment and you hear some footsteps inside, and then the door opens. And a man dressed in sort of leathers, with a dark brown hair and beard, opens the door and just kind of looks you up and down, and then you see him kind of glance past you at the people standing behind you as well. Oh. Morning. Is there something I can help you with?
You're Wells, right?
Aye, that'd be me.
Perfect. Take us to the mine. We're told that's what you're paid for. That's what he pays you for. Take us to there.
I'm sorry. Mine?
Yeah, the dig site, the mine. We were told it's a mine. Sullivan wasn't super specific, but he said you get paid to take the people there, so that's
He narrows
what
his
we're
eyes a
here
little
for.
bit at you.
Are you not going to? Come on, man. It's kind of early. I would like to get this done.
Lord Sullivan sent you.
Well, an acquaintance of Lord Sullivan, yes.
Why wasn't I informed of this?
Were you not? You're being informed now.
Well, if there were a change in the plans, then... He just trails off.
Then you would know. Well, now you know. Zeru's kind of seems like he's getting really, really annoyed.
Who exactly are you all?
What kind of operation is this? No, we work for Sullivan. We're supposed to go.
Got any proof of that? He interrupts.
I mean, probably.
Well, let's see it then.
Hold on. You have the papers, Kaj.
I'll come up from around the corner and give him the papers that I think I have.
I'm gonna point at
Yeah, I
Gary.
don't know who has them. What papers are you giving him? You have a contract signed by him, in between Lord Sullivan and Edward Godfrey, and then you have his private ledger that lists off the coin that he spends, and then you have a couple papers detailing a plan about a mine.
We'll start with the contract.
He just kind of looks it up and down and says, "Who in the circles of hell is Edward?"
Edward Godfrey. He's the acquaintances. My, just bring us to the mine.
I don't see what some contract has to do with me.
You're supposed to bring us there. We were told that you know how to get there.
No,
We're supposed to guard there.
that's not my job.
Well, then why would he send us to you?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Look. Just take us there, and we can settle this when we get back and give him the report of what we have to do there anyways.
He's never sent people to me to lead to the mine.
Well,
Before?
how many times has he made contracts that then had to be shown to you as well?
Never.
Exactly. Okay, there's a first time for everything. Come on.
He narrows his eyes again. Uh, but that's not my job. That's not what I'm being paid for.
What do you get
What
paid
do
for?
you be paying for?
One of you can make a persuasion check against him. To
Uh,
try to get him to continue to trust you and not turn more hostile.
You want me to try? I'll take.
Sounds like you want to.
He keeps his eyes kind of narrowed and says, "If Lord Sullivan wanted to change our business arrangement, then he wouldn't just..." And he just trails off there.
Listen, Sarah's this time gonna be like really furious and kind of like get slightly closer. If you don't let us do our job, we're the ones that are gonna be in trouble. Sure, you can blame it on us later. I don't care. As soon as you do, you understand that you are messing up a huge operation right now?
Make an intimidation check. Nice. You see him, one of his hands was sort of reaching towards his belt where you can see a sheathed dagger, but as you kind of take that step forward and get a little more angry with him, you see him kind of move his hand away from it and hold them both up kind of in front of you, showing you his palms and just, all right. No need for the anger.
Okay, I mean, I had to sleep outside without a bedroll last night. I'm not very happy right now.
I do that all the time on hunting trips.
I'm not used to that. So I apologize if I'm
City folk.
a little angry, but
He kind of strides out past you into the clearing. And just sort of looks around at the rest of the group, trying to see how many of you there are.
Is this like a leg piece or something?
Yeah, it's the haunch of something.
Yeah, I picked it up and I've been eating it.
It's not good.
It
Oh.
doesn't matter.
If I see this, Tibbs, I'll just produce flames they're holding in next to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you get sick out here, it's gonna be bad.
Get sick from what?
This.
The meat?
Yes. The meat.
Why would I get sick?
I'm just gonna give him a weird look. Just let me cook it.
Fine, man, fine. Don't take too long. I'm hungry.
Wells makes his way over to some crates alongside the house and slings this bow over his shoulder.
How'd it go?
Zero turned it on.
Oh,
Scared the pants off that guy.
let's go, guys.
we were scaring him? Why are we scaring him?
Just how it worked out. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Look, just... he's talking to you, sir. Look, explain to me just one thing before we set out. Why didn't
Okay.
Lord Sullivan just tell you where the mine was? Like he did with the other
That-
workers.
Honestly, you know what? I think he thinks we're stupid. How? Well, now I'm even angrier. You bring up a good point. I mean, sure, my companions are eating raw meat over there, but I at least have some wits to me.
They don't mean it. It's okay.
Wait, what? And what's wrong with raw meat? I've eaten bees before. You think I can't handle a little bit of raw meat?
See, this is probably why he thinks we're stupid.
All right, well, we're heading southwest. You all ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Hope you don't mind that meat being gone.
Well, I do mind. I was planning to cook that later, but
Sorry,
suppose I'll have to
hungry.
go hunting again.
I could help you.
Don't
Well-
you think you've bothered him enough?
All due respect, lad, I don't need the help.
Alright, fuck you then.
Bloody silly folk.
Is that how you be intimidating?
We'll work on it.
Okay.
Hey, Pav, stick.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Uwu teleports to you.
Gale.
Hmm?
We're out of here.
So the hunter, kind of a little bit ahead of you, striding ahead, begins to make his way south and ever so slightly west into the forest, leading you along the way. Eventually, you can see him kind of stop every once in a while and make his way over to a tree, and you see him look it up and down, and then continue on, heading down his route. You're not really able to see what he's tracking, but he's obviously tracking something. Just give me one sec. Your group is growing. I have to copy you again. There we go. And so he leads you about another hour south through this kind of quiet woods. And as he kind of walks his way along through the forest, he just kind of is grumbling to himself almost, out loud, but not really specifically trying to make sure any of you hear it. You just kind of don't know why Lord Sullivan changed the arrangement. First you hired me to do one thing, now I'm doing the next, escorting city folk to the mine. Do you
Hey,
want?
did you
Sorry.
actually work on the demolition side of it too?
No, excuse me. What?
Like the explosions?
No, I'm a hunter. By trade.
Huh, okay. I was just wondering what else he had you do.
No,
Seems like
I've no business with the mine itself. I'm paid to keep people away from the mine.
yeah. Well, that's probably why he knew you would know where it was.
You see, city folk. He just kind of scans the group, like yourselves. Sometimes noblemen, rich folk, they want a bit of adventure in their lives. They want to go hunting, but they lack sort of the expertise, if you will. And so I acted as guide. Took them on a little hunting trip, helped them find their supper, let them experience a little bit of adventure, and then took them back home. And I used to use all the woods, but lately, well, that was my arrangement.
Yeah.
Not take anyone south. Now I take the nobleman north.
Nice. A safe day in the countryside.
You hear that, Tibbs? We're city.
That's not something I expected to be labeled.
did we lose Gale again?
I don't even think about it anymore.
All right, and so as he kind of leads you another hour or so through this forest, ever so often, just kind of changing directions and following a different path, stopping at a tree, changing directions. You see, or rather, first off, you hear the forest get even quieter as you travel. There's now really only the sound of the rustling of leaves from the wind. Not a single bird call. No squirrels, rabbits, or anything else. And soon you begin to kind of realize why. As Wells leads you further into the forest, you begin to notice some of the trees starting to look strange. At first, they've just lost their leaves far too early in the season and are just brown branches. And then you notice the grass beginning to lose its deep green color as the forest around you begins to lose its color entirely.
Gale.
Hmm.
This is what she was talking about.
I don't like this. Why does it look so dead?
And
This is
as
creepy.
the forest kind of begins to turn more to that shade of gray, um, Wells sort of stops and waits for the rest of you to catch up. And then he turns back towards you all. I'm paid very good money to not go any farther than this.
Yep, we understand.
And just because you have some sort of arrangement, I'm not going to violate my own contract.
Yeah, I think, well, we got maps for, like, the ending part. I think, maybe that's why he wanted to, like, piecemeal this, so that, no one would be able to, like, know the whole thing or whatever.
Well, keep going southwest from here. You'll find it eventually.
Alright, thank you. And I'll make sure to talk to Lord Sullivan and compensate you for this because he really should have let you know.
Oh, yeah, that you should have.
Very well. Thanks.
He makes a couple more steps, kind of all past your group, heading in the opposite direction now, back towards the place that you came from. And then he pauses again and kind of turns back towards you all. And you kind of hear his voice call it from behind you. Careful out there. The animals in that part of the forest, they're not the same as they once were.
Okay.
And he turns and walks off.
Well, that's quite ominous.
I think that went well.
Place looks drab.
I don't like this.
The landing's called the Silver Woods. I mean, I'm sure that's why. It's gray.
Mayhaps.
It just probably means there's a court in the middle of it, yeah?
Sure.
Man, I hate forests. Wow, they just keep getting worse.
There's something wrong with this one.
Yeah, there was something wrong with the last one.
No, that one was fine.
What had worms in it?
That's
This
natural.
this one might be sick.
Feels like it.
There were
Think?
weird rotting dogs in the other one too. That was
Think?
sick.
Wait. You said this is silver. You think Silvervein can go to the environment too?
Just don't touch anything.
Or maybe even came from it?
No, I don't think so, because then a lot more people would have it
You think this
for
is
a
one of
lot longer.
those like children's stories where like people went too far into the forest and overstepped, and then it's the forest's way of pushing back?
So you think that it was called the Silver Court Woods before things started turning? I mean, clearly this is stuff that's emanating from the mine. Probably like a disease from the bones or something, but I don't know.
Kaj, make a nature check for me as you guys continue into this section of the woods.
Hmm.
Alright, with a 10, you don't get much more than what you've already surmised on your own. That this forest is certainly sick. Gail, are you coming with? I want to copy paste everybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
I want to move again.
I gotcha. So you make your way a little bit deeper into this forest, and as you do, you hear that wolf howl again. The one that you heard, Tibber. Make a perception check for me. Somebody.
I will. Oh wait, no, I won't. Someone wise.
Kaj, this wolf howl is quite close.
Everyone, that's a close one. He said they were different here, right?
I mean,
Aren't all wolves different in like different regions?
Yeah, but this is probably
does ever sense the wolf?
Nope.
Okay.
What do you have, the
Well,
force now? Like,
well, it can't be that close, because I'm not.
Too much me to go look around.
Or we could continue southwest.
Alright.
Unless Windy is telling you something.
I was gonna say, I could just go a little far ahead
As you
and
can
see if something's watching.
as you continue along, hold on. There you go. It's a little better. As you continue your way along through this sort of dead and silent forest, you see a creature kind of hobble its way out from behind a tree. And it resembles a wolf. But there's very clearly something wrong with it. It looks emaciated and thin, its fur is mangy. And it looks quite sick, but it's kind of baring its fangs at you, Gale and Zara. And it kind of paces almost sideways, keeping a watch on you and growling.
Um,
what's going on.
nice doggy. Sarah has his daggers out.
It's just pacing, still continuing that snarl as it just sort of paces back and forth between the trees. You get kind of a better look at it as you're closer. And you can see what looks to be some sort of liquid dripping down from its eyes and out of its snout as well. Even from parts of its mouth as it snarls.
What color is this liquid? Okay, so it's like whitish, silvery.
It looks like liquid metal.
Oh fuck.
Hmm. Well, I'm concerned.
What is wrong with this thing?
Kaz, you can make
Do you
an
think
animal
she can
handling
help
check if
them?
you want.
Who?
Kaz, you can make an animal handling if you want. You are not able to ascertain anything else.
Do you think you could talk to him? Gosh.
I don't think that
Think it can talk.
thing's home.
Do you want to try something? I want to cast a healing word on the.
Very well. Yeah, you speak your healing word, but you feel the that same warmth kind of well up inside you. And so should you choose to, you may attempt to, as you heal, also transfer that warmth over to the wolf.
Yes.
But it will consume an extra spell slot.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right. Then, as you cast your healing word, you attempt to transfer over some of the warmth that you feel inside yourself over to the wolf. And you feel something almost fight you as you attempt it. And you feel this sort of cold presence resist you. But you push that away by burning that extra spell slot and sort of place this warmth within the wolf. And you see slowly the tears of silver that are dripping down its face and out of its mouth and even out of its nose slowly kind of begin to stem and stop. And you see the wolf just kind of pause for a moment. It was pacing back and forth, but it stops. And it just kind of looks around, blinking, as if disoriented. It is still emaciated, it still looks quite unwell, but it is no longer in this sort of strange trance that you saw it in.
Gotta get out of here, dog. I'm not to try like just point in direction away from the corrupted forest and see if I can try and go to it that way.
Yeah, you feel sort of connected to it through that warmth, as if it now shares that same feeling. And you kind of point off into the distance, away from it, and it has stopped that snarl that it was giving you all, and it was pacing, trying to ward you away from this direction. And it ceased that. It stopped pacing, it stopped snarling, and instead, as it kind of looks around in confusion, it just sort of scampers off in the direction you point.
Wait, it just listen to you?
Yeah, it
Oh, you were doing that animal talking thing. So it could talk. Why did
kinda
it looked better though?
it didn't something with this area is doing that to the animal. I mean that's pretty obvious, but I can't do that with every animal we find.
Okay.
We have to get to this chasm, I think. Or mine.
Yeah, how long do you think it would take before that happens to us?
Better not think about it.
Probably shouldn't find out.
It's the only thing I'm thinking about.
Do
Let's
do you
go.
want me to, do you want me to look around and do it quieter in
Quieter.
case another one of those appear?
Oh, please. I can be quieter than you.
You want to bet?
Uh,
I mean, you can both make stealth rolls if you want to move ahead quietly together. And kind of scout
alright,
out.
let's
Great.
do this.
Great. I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Very well.
Well,
Oh,
I know where you are. I can still figure it
that's
out.
because you're next to me. I'm gonna go to the side 10 feet so they can't feel me.
I
15
know
feet.
where you are.
Oh, that's right. It's 30 feet. Fuck.
Well, I'm not very stealthy right now.
Yeah, so even though you don't see Gale, you still just kind of feel this presence near you, Zara, as you continue. And the two of you kind of make your way a little bit ahead of the group, trying to see if there's anything up ahead before the others stumble into it. And as you guys are kind of scouting out ahead, Zara, you kind of pause for a moment. Just quietly, at the edges of your hearing, you thought you heard something. What do you do?
Shh. I hear something. I'm just gonna try and listen harder.
All right. Then you pause your scouting and stand there for a moment, kind of crouched down next to a tree. And you listen even harder. And this time it's a little clearer. Sort of whistling in between the trees like wind. You hear a song.
Fuck.
Hmm.
And only you
Sure.
hear that, Zara.
Guys, you hear that?
Hear
The
what?
song? The song. The music?
What?
Mm.
Mm.
I didn't hear anything.
It's a really nice song. It's coming from this way. Zara's gonna go towards the song.
Indeed. As you listened to it, it did feel like it was calling out from a direction, almost asking you to follow it, Zara.
Well, he's following. Like an idiot.
And so with the two of you kind of still scouting out ahead, as the others follow a little bit behind, waiting for you guys to kind of motion them to continue forward. The two scouts out up ahead see... Just give me 1 second. Click. Alrighty. Whoa, nope, wrong layer. Alright. Alright, the two scouting out ahead see this. You see sort of a clearing in the dead trees, and in between them you can see this makeshift camp, tents set up, much like your own, and crates and carts all splayed around a central kind of clearing. And rising up past that small little camp, you can see this gnarled kind of rock formation. And as you kind of pause for a moment and examine the clearing, you can see several figures kind of walking about throughout the camp, just kind of proceeding with their work.
Zero relays the information back to the other four.
Just for the record, only you two could see that, so you have slightly more information than they do.
Yeah,
No, I mean
That's
like
what-
literally they couldn't see the map.
oh, okay. All right.
So what
okay.
they could hear what I was saying, but not much more than that.
Okay. All right. So there's like 5 people. They seem to be minors, except there kind of looks like there's a guard there, and it's definitely the mine entrance. So, we've definitely come to the right place. I say, yeah. What's the plan here?
I could scare them away, I say as I'm still invisible.
Oh yeah.
Think
I
that it
forgot
gets
you were
spooked?
invisible.
After all, the forest is pretty creepy.
Yeah, but they've probably been working here for a while. So there's
Oh, so they see ghosts on a regular basis?
Do they look like this is affecting them at all?
No, they
like-
look normal.
No. They look fine.
I think there's like
How?
5 of them.
Yeah, I think so. We could always just
We could always talk
pretend
to
we
them.
belong there, like I've
Correct.
been
I mean,
doing.
We kind of do, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
And I
I
can,
mean, me and you are Edward's bodyguards. We told them we would be out here.
yeah, you can
Who
continue to do that. You
should I
and,
change?
I mean,
probably
they're
Why?
not gonna
change
know
them.
what, they're not gonna
Y-
know what the
Yeah,
bodyguard looks
but I
like.
would rather they report Nolly than this face. I like this face.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I think as long as I'm here, we're good.
Yeah, I'll just change.
You're gonna do it right here, like in front of us.
I mean, I'm not gonna like change the clothes. I'll just change like the face and stuff.
What do you want me to do? I don't exactly look like bodyguard material.
You're our what would you call it?
Scholar.
Legislator thingy. You
Oh
do the
yeah,
paperwork.
one of those scribes, the note taker.
The nerd.
Do
I'm sorry, that was rude.
do bodyguards need note keepers?
I am
Oops.
kind of a meathead. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not pretend here. Yeah. Oh yeah, you weren't there for the meeting, but yeah, I was totally I looked over the entire document, so I mean, probably not the most convincing thing, but you
I-
know,
Not any bodyguards need scribes necessarily.
I said I was more like a personal thingy.
You're like a valet or something. No,
Yeah.
what if we say we have to take inventory? You're that person.
Why not just say that Pavlova here is hired as well, and she is here to keep track, and she's the main person who's going to be on duty here in this area, and we're here to protect her and bring her along.
Well,
sure
because we've
she's
been
okay.
trying not to lie, but more just stretch the truth here.
Oh, no, I've just been lying.
Well,
See?
you could sort of combine those two, I suppose. I'm there to take inventory, and you're here to guard the camp while I do it.
Yeah.
Works for
That's
me.
Sure.
that's what I was saying. I agree, Pav. It's a fantastic idea.
All right,
He's
I
good at doing those.
suppose I'm acting as bodyguard as well.
Well, you are a dragon.
Born.
Dragonborn, lad. I don't know what that has to do with it.
Sound way cooler if I just call you a dragon.
Well,
But
it's not
not
accurate.
true. Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to fulfill my head fantasy.
Don't put our friends in your fantasies.
I might look like it, but it doesn't mean that I am one, lad. You're green, but I don't call you broccoli.
I
Well,
might
I mean, you can
start.
breathe fire, though.
He can't breathe fire.
I don't
You
taste
cannot
good
breathe
like
fire.
broccoli.
No, lad, I don't breathe fire.
Ice. Sorry.
It's a slight difference.
The opposite, one might say.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't taste as good as broccoli, so what do you mean by
Oh,
that?
well, don't sell yourself short, lad.
Yeah, exactly. There's only one way to find out.
None of you are ever gonna find out.
Okay. Let's go.
So your plan is to just sort of walk up to the camp then?
No,
Yep.
don't make it sound like that.
No, I just want to know,
No,
like,
you just gotta walk
like,
up.
I imagine Gil is probably staying invisible, but the others are just kind of
Oh, yeah.
act like you are supposed to be there, yeah?
Hey, Kaj, you want to be a cat again?
Mm,
Wait, how long does the invisibility last?
Like an hour, right?
For an
An
hour?
Holy shit, I thought
I
it was a
feel like
minute.
I
Okay,
feel like it's an hour or something.
yeah, let's send it.
Yeah, so you can stay invisible and just kind of follow along. I'll copy you guys in this state and bring you over. All right, so you make your way out between the trees and into the clearing, and in between kind of these gaps in the tents where you can see all these men kind of working. Some of them dwarven, some of them human. You can see kind of a shorter looking gnome as well as you make your way out there. And as you kind of walk your way out into this clearing, you see them all kind of turn towards you, noticing your arrival. You know, with the exception, of course, of Gale. And some of them are kind of holding pickaxes. Some of them have them kind of lying beside them, shovels and things like that. You don't see any actual real weapons on any of them, but they are kind of, as they see you approach, they are clutching those tools as if they were weapons. And one of them, who appears to be sort of a dwarven fellow, dark kind of black hair, takes a couple steps kind of towards you as he sees you approaching through the gap in the tents and says, "Hold there.
Finally, we made it.
State your business."
Oh, we're here to protect you. I've been sent from Lord Sullivan.
You see him kind of
Should-
look. You see him kind of look over at the others, glancing at his other compatriots as you say that. Missive we were sent said bodyguards weren't supposed to arrive till next week.
That's not what we were told. We were told to go immediately because there was some problem with the animals. I don't know, they weren't very specific.
Problem? I don't think we've had any problems. None of us have reported anyone. Hey lads, you report any problems? They all kind of turn towards him. Nah, haven't reported anything. Nah.
Then why are we here early?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, when you figure it out, let me know.
Going to make intelligence roll for Pavlova. I don't want to do everything for you guys. Pavlova kind of steps forward as this guy's kind of scratching his chin and still clutching that tool as if it was a weapon, not sure how to trust you. She steps forward and goes, well, we were sent here early because I have to do an inventory on the supplies that you have, and Lord Sullivan thought that if we headed there early, then that would give us ample time to complete said inventory. And the dwarven man kind of raises one eyebrow and says, all right, I suppose. Are we running short on anything, lads? He just kind of looks over towards the others. I don't know, Ravi. Suppose we could use some more candles. All right, then. We'll let you complete your inventory. We'll stay out of your hair. Pavlova just kind of shoots a look back at you two, Koch, and and Nolly just like with a a little bit of a panic. What do I do next? In her eyes.
Perfect. Okay. So
great.
you're gonna have to go everywhere to make sure that everything is accounted for. Yes.
Well, all of our supplies are out here.
Oh, well that works. But how is she supposed to trust that without seeing it herself?
Well, I don't know why I'd lie about it. After all, aren't you here to get us more supplies?
Oh, yes, but the inventory is not just for you. It's everything.
What do you mean by everything?
Anything that's being mined and taken.
Well, suppose I can take you for a tour then. It's nothing special,
Ah.
just an old silver mine.
To be grand.
All right. Do you want to finish up here first, or start with the mine?
You know, I feel like it might make sense to do the mine stuff now,
Why is that?
and then because then we won't have to go back in. Like once we're through with all of this, we can just post up and stay out, right?
Aye,
You
well,
can stay out of your guys' hair for a bit too.
I suppose, and then you won't be bothering my miners when we're trying to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I suppose we can start with the mine then. All right, back to work, boys. I'll take care of the little tour. And he just kind of leads you past through the camp over towards the large yawning cave entrance here. You can see kind of an old, very rusted looking minecart sitting along a track that stretches further off into the darkness. Gil, you already made your way in there, so I'll let you do some stuff before they arrive. How's that sound?
Fabulous.
So I'm just going to group you all up and get Ravi here. And I'll take everybody inside. Alrighty. And we'll get rid of that, and we will instead get some better atmosphere. So, Gil, as the others are kind of talking and trying to convince Ravi to that they're there to take inventory, you quickly slip away from the group, still invisible, and steal your way into the mine entrance. So they're going to be outside for another minute or so as you make your way into the mine.
Oh shit.
So you follow this old mine track a little bit of a distance, and you can see in the distance these glowing orange lanterns that have been kind of hung from the side of these wooden supports throughout the mine. And in fact, the mine actually stretches off into a couple different directions from what you can see. There's a change in the track here and a little lever sitting next to it. And beyond that, you can see off to your right a couple more of those old rusty mine carts sitting, not currently in use.
Hmm. That's lit. That one's lit. What's going on right here?
So as you make your way kind of past this trio of rusted mine carts, you see um, sort of the end of the cavern here. And you can see those supports that were lined up along the walls kind of and stretching across the ceiling too, keeping everything sturdy. You can see just a pile of splinters and stone sitting in front of you. Quite a tall pile of it. And there's actually a small little sign that's been placed in front of it, kind of leaning up against a rock. And in the gloom of the mine, you can see that this little sign here reads, "Danger, cave in." But yeah, the mine does stretch out into several different directions. You got a couple different options of where you want to go. And you kind of spend some time investigating, seeing that there's torchlight down each of these different paths. And as you kind of glance back towards the mine entrance, in the distance you can see a couple silhouettes making their way also inside, as Ravi leads the others further into the mine.
I'll just sit here and wait to see which way they go, and if he gives me any ideas.
So he makes his way kind of over towards this crossroad and just kind of turns back towards you all. All right. Where are we going to start? We've got a few different excavations out here. I suppose start the closest one. Call this Excavation 1. And he ducks down this path here. Opposite direction. Very well go. So Ravi leads you guys along this tunnel here. Again, following another path of the minecart track. And soon that path opens up from tunnel into a wider cavern. And this one's still kind of illuminated along the cavern walls by these lanterns that sit affixed with these kind of steel sconces. And Ravi just sort of makes his way out in here and just kind of motions around and goes, we got a few pickaxes and shovels lying around, but really nothing to see here. I probably could use a bit more oil for the wheels on the mine carts. He's kind of looking towards Pavlova as he says that. And she just she's pulled out like a piece of parchment and a quill from her bag that she has, and is just kind of pretending to write that down. Yes, oil, of course. But other than that, not too much to see here. Just standard mining operation, really. We don't hold too much of the inventory at Excavation 1. Again, most of it is outside. Is there anything that any of you want to look at while it shows you around here?
I'm gonna grab this pickaxe. And just kind of put it on my back.
What you doing with that, lad?
Well, in case something goes wrong, could be handy.
Well, I thought that would be why you had the weapons, not the pickaxes.
I'm not gonna bust up my weapons if some rocks fall in my way.
Well, if there's issues with the rocks, then you can leave that to us miners, I assure you. I'm sure whoever that pickaxe belongs to isn't going to be too keen on you stealing it from them.
Why'd they leave it down here?
I suppose probably because they didn't want to lug it all the way back in.
Alright. Don't throw it back down over there.
I'm looking at these specs.
Yeah, you take a moment to kind of look around on the other side of these rock formations kind of jutting up out of the floor here. And you can see kind of these faint little sparkles along the side of this stone here. And you look a little closer and it appears to be just sort of an exposed vein of silvery looking metal.
Hmm. I think I like it here.
It was just like fake, like looking around, like fake inspecting things, trying to act like he's doing something.
Yeah, Pavlova's sort of following suit. She's kind of she taps the side of the the minecart with her knuckles and just kind of pretends to make a little note about that. Just, yes, I see.
Make sure you remember to label it Excavation 1.
Of course, of course. All right. Well, again, excavation 1, not too much to show here. Would you like to move on?
Of?
Y'all good, boss?
Yep. She kind of makes a little dot, like a period, on her paper with the with the quill, and just says, "Oh, ready to go."
Wonder where Gale
Speaking of, meanwhile,
is. Fades into a thought bubble.
you know one of those kind of like ripple effects with the little sound effect. Alrighty. Just give me a moment, Gal. You duck your way down one of the other tunnels in the opposite direction, Gale, as the others make their way to Excavation 1. And as you reach the end of this tunnel here, you can see a bunch of kind of crates lined up in this area, as well as off to your left, illuminated by the glow of another lantern, a table that's been set up, and a chair next to it. You can see a figure kind of sitting in the chair, just kind of scribbling away on a piece of parchment. They appear to be rather diminutive. They are gnomish in origin. The room that you're in here, this sort of large cavern, is quite wide and open, only with these kind of 3 jagged rock formations in the center of it. But other than that, you don't really see any evidence that they've done any mining here. You can't really see any pickaxes lying around or half-excavated stone or anything like that. This area appears sort of unfinished as this little fellow scribbles away.
Can I take a peek at what he's reading? Or writing, sorry.
Yeah, you take a peek over his shoulder, kind of very quietly, making your way up to him. And he's just sort of scribbling away what appear to be instructions. He's writing out kind of what appears to be a plan for excavation. And then as you're kind of reading it, he just sort of pauses for a moment and then just kind of taps the papers to kind of line them all up, and then just folds them up and stands up from the chair and goes, "All right, well, that's good enough for today." And he tucks those papers away into his pocket. And just kind of walks off back down the tunnel from where you came. Oh, did Rolla not get copied? Oh. Just occurred to me. Oh, where are you, buddy? He's following along. Let me grab
Okay.
him.
I
quick.
couldn't remember if it was part of like the plan or something to stay out there, so it's like, oh crap. Where
Nah,
did he
it's all good. He's just following along. He doesn't have a lot to say. And so Ravi leads the others back down the tunnel towards the crossroads again. Gale, as you follow this, you give me a moment to go back and grab him. This small gnomish fellow. Back down the tunnel. And Ravi kind of rounds the corner and leads you over towards the other part of the caves. And he spots the small gnomish fellow and says, steady on there, Torque. You finished for the day? And the small little gnomish fellow says, Aye. I am, Foreman. I thought maybe I'd just go finish up with my other business. And Ravi goes, Aye, yeah, of course. We're just heading over to Excavation 2 and then take them up to 3 once we're done there. You can finish up in 2 if you want. I will walk there with you. And the gnome just kind of nods and joins the group.
This is all very exciting.
Oh, well, it's the miner's life, lads. Not for everybody.
I'm gonna hold my hand out and lightly tap Nolly's elbow.
Yeah, no, he's gonna wait.
The little one has some kind of notes in his pocket. Some of it's just normal stuff, but there might be more. I didn't really see all the papers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look in this caved in section.
Make sure you grab a pickaxe. Just in case.
Sure.
Careful.
So Gil, this area is kind of collapsed in on itself, and it's just sort of strewn with these splinters of wood, all kind of leaning in every which direction, piled on top of a bunch of broken up boulders and stone.
Mm-hmm.
So from what you can see, stepping through this might be a little bit difficult to do without making any noise.
Okay. We'll just levitate across.
Very well.
Yeah. Just levitate for it.
Yeah, so you levitate yourself and step over top of in the air almost over top of the piles of old kind of half rotted wood and stone, and you manage to make it across without rattling any of the rocks or sending them falling, and so you manage to do it relatively silently. And further past this kind of caved in section, you can see that out in the distance this tunnel stretches a little bit further, but there's no more of those torches.
Okay, well, I don't have dark vision. I guess I'll light a bonfire every now and again.
Very well. Yeah, you kind of make your way further along this tunnel. You don't hear any noises coming from down it. And just every once in a while you make a small bonfire to illuminate the side of the tunnel, continuing on, seeing if there's anything up ahead, and then I suppose extinguishing it and moving a little bit further before you repeat the process. But we'll get you in just a minute as Ravi leads the others to Excavation 2. Who did we lose? Who did we just lose?
I
Cause
think I'm underneath somebody. Oh, I just got
I think you got
Okay.
yeeted, yeah.
yeeted.
You moved as I tried to select everybody, which tends to yeet people off the screen. But that's alright. It's easy to fix. Alrighty. So over down this tunnel, following another track of the mine, you come to Excavation 2. Which is also kind of lightly illuminated by torchlight. There's a lantern sitting on another of these small tables. And Ravi kind of leads you guys out into the center of this, over to the minecarts, and says, alright, well, this is Excavation 2. It's a little bit like the last one. But the gnome fellow just kind of makes his way over to this table here. You guys are a little too big. We'll make you about that size. The gnome sort of makes his way over to this table. You can see him kind of pull these folded up sheets of parchment and just kind of place them on the desk beside him. And then he begins to grab kind of a mortar and pestle and then pulls what appears to be some herbs out from under the table. And you kind of just see him working to grind away at these. And yeah, so Ravi just kind of leads you over to the center of this and just, yep, much like the last. Again, oil for the wheels, but other than that, pickaxes are fine. Haven't had too many split recently, so we should be okay. For the time being, haven't had to fashion a new handle yet, so I don't think we need any more of those. And shovels, we're all good.
What are these herbs?
The gnome just kind of glances towards you, not really expecting you to even talk to him, and says, well, just, grinding up something to help with the excavation. An alchemist, if you will.
I'm pretty interested. Mind explaining?
Well, it's just sort of a bit of a complex recipe for those who are not familiar with alchemy, so I won't get into too much detail, but when we need to detonate part of the mine shaft and open up new sections of it, this is the concoction we use. He just kind of flicks one of the glass bottles with a little pling, just kind of motioning towards those. The bottles are currently empty, but he's just kind of mixing up this herb.
That's actually very interesting.
Well,
No
suppose
herbs
so.
went into it. Oh, I don't want to take you from your word.
Well, if you want to do a check to see what he's doing, I was just being very vague
Oh,
because I didn't want to.
Sure.
Without a check, I didn't want to tell you anymore.
sure. What do I do?
Nature or survival.
Damn.
What he's mixing up seems vaguely familiar, but you're not able to determine what it is.
Okay.
And he just continues his work.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother him.
Pavlova's still kind of feigning this act where she's kind of going around and checking everything. And she examines the torches. And then makes her way back over to Ravi. I see, the lanterns light themselves, don't they? Aye, saves us the trouble of having to light each of them every time we make our way back into the mine. Interesting. And you're all good for the... What type of candle is that? We should be good. They'll last us quite some time. The ones out in the camp, we just use normal ones, but the ones in here we should be fine with. And she kind of continues her little act, and then with a bit of finality, she dots the period at the end of her line on the parchment and says, "All right, I'm ready to move on if you are." She kind of looks at the rest of you, just sort of seeing if any of you have anything you want to do in here.
Sounds good to me.
What you looking at, Nelly?
No, it's just, yeah, I was looking at this. Reminds me of
Make an investigation check.
investigation.
Not so
Reminds
good
me of
rolls
nothing.
tonight.
You're on your own then.
Wait, if I remember something that it would remind them of,
Then you're all good. Unless you
okay.
specifically want to RP it, I can't force you to erase information from your own brain.
It just reminds me of something I saw at the monastery, right outside of it. And there was like a circle of some sort. Remember when I made you light the thing?
Oh yeah.
Just reminded me of that. I don't know why.
Hmm.
But yeah. Aside from that, Gail said the gnome has some sort of notes in his pocket. I'm gonna go try and potentially steal those.
Okay.
Or just be annoying.
I'm gonna pat Nelly on the back really quick and cast guidance. Good luck.
Thanks.
So the gnome is sitting where he was before, just kind of working away at this little table here. And actually, make one more investigation check over here now. As you walk up to him. Oh, great. So he's just kind of working away, grinding up in that mortar and pestle. And just kind of, you see him kind of glance at you and just like, oh, can I help you?
What are you up to here?
Just grinding more herbs. Helps with the excavation.
Herbs.
Well, I'm an alchemist, so just making up a concoction Ravi has me make for the group.
But like something to help them stay awake.
Not quite. Got an interest in alchemy, do you?
I've dabbled a bit, yes.
Oh, really? Well, just careful not to touch anything. This one's a little unstable. It's something to help excavate new parts of the mine. Cause explosions.
I heard something about the easiest way to make. Let's see. Easiest way to make an explosion of that magnitude. Arcane sugar, maybe.
He just kind of does a bit of a double take. I see you actually do have a background in alchemy then. Right you are.
Like I said, I dabble.
I do use a sprinkle of arcane sugar in this recipe.
Oh, it never occurred to me to use alchemy as a way to mine.
Well, it's the way of the future, rather than doing it by hand.
Yeah, this is very smart. Oh wait, and so you just mix them all up over there. Nolly's gonna like kind of lean over and point over there, but he's also gonna try and take the stuff from the guy's pocket.
Yeah, you can make a sleight of hand. And use your guidance too.
Oh god, what is that?
Roll a D.
D4?
Mhm.
Alright, 13. With a 13, I would say you don't snatch it, but you also don't alert him that you were trying to. Instead, he just kind of feels you kind of brush up against the side of his leathers that he's wearing and just goes, "Oh, careful there."
Oh, Sorry, but over there, you just mix it all up and then put it in a bottle and what do you throw it or is it like a fuse?
Yeah, we mix it up into these little glass bottles here, and then you gotta stand back a little bit, and you just toss it against, and when it shatters, all the components they mix together, and they cause quite a ruckus. He's got kind of like this wicked excitement in his eyes as he's talking about this. He clearly very much enjoys this aspect of the job.
Yeah. Well, I can see that alchemy in all sorts of ways can make you happy. It's quite good. Do you so you're just the alchemist here. What else do you do? Like I'm sure with your skills you could do all sorts of things.
Well, I needed the work, and at first I thought I would just help mine. It's not an easy job, but they were paying a good amount, and well, I was a little bit small for the pickaxes, but I had a different idea. Something that could speed things up. I knew an old recipe that I'd stumbled across, and well, I thought I could help out, and so now I'm the alchemist.
Oh, it's nice. I didn't know recipes were out there. I just assumed that you had to have created it yourself.
Well, I created part of this one. We were missing a few things, and I stumbled across the answer.
Oh, I see. Well, obviously, it takes a clever mind, so good on you.
Well, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
quite proud of it.
So you stay in the camp as well.
Yes, I have a tent there.
Oh, perfect. I feel like maybe we could discuss some other alchemical recipes later, if you're around and if you have time.
Ooh, yeah, I suppose. I'm a little bit off. I spend a lot of time in the mine, so my sleeping's a little bit off lately.
I see.
When you
That makes sense.
spend too much time in here, you start to lose track of day, night, all that.
Yeah, I have spent years underground, I understand.
Well, it's not the end of the world. It's rather cozy underground, isn't it?
I honestly, it kind of feels a little normal to me.
Well, I'm glad I found someone who agrees.
All right, well, I have to help with the inspection. I'm Nolly, by the way.
Of course. Alchemist Torque.
All right, well, very, very lovely to meet you, Torque.
Shakes your hand vigorously.
Yeah.
Suppose I gotta
yeah,
get back
he
to
just
work.
gives a little wave and walks off.
Alright, hold on now then. Ready to move on?
Yes, I'm ready.
Shouldn't be too much longer then. The last excavation to show you is a little bit unfinished. We're still working on detonating part of the cavern.
I thought there were 4 shafts.
Well, he kind of trails off a little bit, and as he leads you back out towards the other section, he leads you over here as he sort of walks you along back to the crossroads again. And as you're asking about the additional shaft, he says, "Oh well, we had sort of a cave-in recently, so tunnels are a little bit unstable off in that direction." He's kind of pointing off down this tunnel over here. It's a little bit unstable over there, so we don't go over there yet until we've had a chance to properly make sure it's safe. And I'm not bringing you down there.
And there aren't any tools or anything over there on the other side.
No, it's far too dangerous to be going down there with just to take an inventory.
Dangerous.
And he kind of leads you across over to this last tunnel here. And meanwhile, let's cut to Gil. Gil,
Meanwhile,
Gil, you make your way along this tunnel here, periodically stopping to light your way and then continuing further down the sort of abandoned mine shaft. And eventually, kind of with the flickering light of your bonfire, you can see up ahead that the tunnel opens up into a larger cavern. And almost as soon as you reach the end of the tunnel and step out into this larger cavern, torches just sort of flicker on around you and illuminate this open cavern.
All right, so first question, how far did I go? And was it like a straight shot kind of thing?
You maybe, yeah, it was pretty straight. It kind of winds a little bit back and forth, but it wasn't like a hard left or a hard right. You just kind of went a little bit off and then a little bit back, winding your way down this tunnel. You went about maybe over 100 feet down this tunnel before it began to open up into this larger cavern.
All right. Second question. When I cast bonfire so I can see, I lose my invisibility, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, they're both concentration.
It's not concentration, but it does say that when you attack or cast a spell, typically that
Fair,
it would
yeah.
go away.
Then yeah, it would go away.
Perfect.
But you're also alone down here, so it's not going to cause an issue.
Well, as far as I know.
As far as you know, yes. You don't hear any people walking around. You don't hear the clanging of pickaxes.
It's not what I'm worried about, but all right. What's this?
What could he possibly be worried about? I don't know. It's just a mine.
Yeah, it's just an alchemist alone. That's fine. What's this? Oh, what is this?
Well, for starters, as you make your way into the cavern, I'll describe it for you. So, looking around this open cavern as these torches illuminate themselves to allow you to look around. You can see kind of some old crates stacked around the corners, which these lanterns are sitting on. But in the center of the room, there's a rather dusty-looking table made from wood and a couple stools kind of sitting around it. On top of the table, you can see a candle, unlit, just kind of sitting in this little holder. And what appears to be some sort of kind of leather-bound case, as well as a small little brush, sort of a paintbrush. You make your way around the table to look into this case, and you can see several more brushes lined up in this case, as well as a small little chisel and mallet as well. Actually, you've seen things that look like this. They look like tools for archaeology, like you might have seen in the Archaeomancer Barley Duchesne's office. On the far side of the cavern is something that kind of stands at a stark contrast from the rest of the natural rock formation. The rock around it, as you kind of approaches this massive stone door, begins to kind of jet out unnaturally into these spikes. And this section of the cavern was very clearly carved with purpose. It is this massive stone slab built into an archway. And it is sort of ornately carved with this massive etching of coiled dragons around in a circle. And at the center of the circle, you can see a small circular indentation at the center of this slab.
Why do you have to do this to me, Jay? Oh, damn it! I'm not the one who has it. Shit.
Well.
It's like the party knew I was up to ridiculous shit. All right. Well, it's on the notes, I guess.
So you check over another table that's kind of been set up on the side where it has a little ink pot and another candle. And this one has some very dusty looking pieces of parchment. Not dust in the sense of like in an attic, more like stone powder lying across it. And you kind of wipe it clean to be able to read these notes. And they appear to be just sort of drawings of the door that you're looking at. Someone has clearly tried to kind of recreate the look of this door. In a sketch. And you can see a couple different notes. There's kind of little arrows pointing to different sections of it. And then the dragons that kind of make up this circle around the door in the sketch have little kind of arrows pointing to them. One of them, the top one, that curves its way across the top of the slab, is labeled Lilandil with a question mark, and then the other just has a question mark beside it. And then in the center of the sketch where this little slab is kind of recreated on paper, you can see a little kind of dark circle where someone has drawn that indentation. And then the arrow next to that just reads Keystone, question mark. Very clearly somebody has been here studying this door, attempting to figure out ways to open it.
Are there any blank sheets of paper in this pile?
No, but there aren't a ton of pages. You flip over to the next one after this sketch, and it just details a couple different attempts. You see kind of listed down this piece of parchment. Pickaxes, unsuccessful. Detonation, unsuccessful. Magic, unsuccessful. And then at the bottom it just says Keystone, and it's circled a bunch.
But there's only one page with that sketch on it?
Yeah, the very top page has this sketch, yes.
Well, shit. All right. Well, I'm taking that one. Yoink.
Yeah, you pocket that dusty piece of paper and now stand in this open cavern. Is there anything else you want to
All right. This isn't like a doorway per se. Like, hypothetically speaking, if this wall wasn't here, is this archway tall enough that I could walk through it?
Absolutely, it's massive. It is more than twice your height.
Oh.
Think of a massive stone archway that is blocked by a big slab of stone, and the slab of stone is the part that is kind of etched with these dragons.
Mm. All right. For tiny giggles, I'll summon sword,
Very well. You summon your sword.
and I'll kind of move it along the archway. Does it like tingle or anything?
No, it doesn't really react to it.
All right. Well, shit. Okay. I'll go reconvene with the others, but this time I'm going to go against the wall and just run my fingers through it along it so I can just kind of keep track until I see a light.
Very well. Just make a stealth roll for me as well.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh
roll.
shit.
Well, he is the knight.
So, as you make your way back towards the entrance of the mine and that crossroads, I'm just gonna do the meanwhile of the other group. So Ravi leads the others back to. Oops, damn it. Okay, hang on. You guys stay there. I'll be right back. Who are we missing? There we go. Grab this group. Forgot that we had Gale copied. I don't know why I copied Gale. Because I can just drag that easily. Alrighty, there's everybody. So Ravi leads you down the last tunnel that you haven't gone down. And the lantern is still lit from when Gale was there. And he just kind of points around and says, some old supplies stored in here. Just because we didn't have the heart to lug them back out. But this is sort of our unfinished excavation. Torque was drawing up a plan to sort of continue off down, I think, well, along one of these walls. But we really haven't gotten to it yet. Should happen within the next week, though.
You know where all the silver's going?
Well, we don't really handle the shipments. We just sort of load up the carts that come.
True. Overall, I think this is a pretty safe mine. You run
Well,
quite the
didn't,
operation here.
I didn't realize you were safety inspectors as well, but I'm glad we passed.
No, not a safety inspector. I just been underground a bit. So
Well, like I said, there's not too much to see here. Just some old rock formations. We really haven't begun to dig here, so there's not too much I can show you.
but there are supplies here, and this is. You said that there wasn't anything in here, but she probably will have to take all of this into the inventory as well. So it's a good thing that we came in.
Well, most of those crates, the ones that are sealed, we haven't taken anything from them, so we don't really need to do an inventory on those.
And do you have a list of the things that are in them?
Not on me, no.
Okay, well, this is kind of her job, so she'll either need to make the list or have one.
Well, I don't want you prying open crates that are closed and letting rats and mice in, so I suppose I can go get the list.
Perfect.
You'll be fine in here. Don't cause any trouble. I don't need to escort you all the way back out, do I?
No, because then you'd have to escort us all the way back in.
Yes, I'd rather avoid that. I'll just run out and grab it from my tent.
Perfect.
Don't touch anything. Don't break anything. Do not cause another cave-in. I don't want to have to dig you out. Well, what's left of you out of the rubble. And just with one last, don't touch anything. he makes his way back down the hallway, down this tunnel, and disappears out of sight, leaving you all alone in this cavern.
So we
I
killed
don't know.
Touch
Torque's
everything.
Touch everything.
friends. No, we killed Torque's friends.
You holding up, Pav?
Yeah, I'm alright. What are we doing now before he comes back? Do we have a plan?
Well, I didn't see anything except for in the second one, but I'm not
Hopefully
sure
Gale
about.
found something.
Pavlova's kind of creaking open one of the crates that isn't nailed shut. There's two of them that are open, but the rest have their nails still in them. So she's kind of creaking open one of these and goes, What is this? It looks like troll fat. Why would they have that?
They're the ones that made the you weren't there. We know people who well, basically we killed Torque's friends.
What? You You what?
So that little gnome in the other room, he worked with a bunch of people who were creating an explosive to help uh, excavate. This is one of the ingredients.
Oh. I see. So then these crates would be ingredients to create explosive?
Yes, it's yeah to create the stuff that
Kind of warily steps back.
yeah. And don't worry, it's you need to distilled arcane sugar. It's not stuff that'll just happen naturally.
All right. I suppose I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I actually have some in my bag.
You do.
Well,
You still have it.
of course I do. And you should still have this sprite wing, but don't tell to. We did murder his friends. That reminds me,
Well,
we
they
might
tried to
need
murder us first. To be
we will need him to answer some questions, because as far as I know, he's part of the organization who has the crown, the clown with the
oh,
jester
that
mask thing.
right,
So
right,
if we need to like hurt him or something, I'm not not really married to keeping him safe, if that makes sense. Honestly,
frustrating.
we could probably just kill everyone here. But I think some of them are
The
kind of nice.
miners
Eh,
can
it
scare
might
them
be
off.
easier.
They kill them.
Yeah, but then they'll talk. We should probably kill Wells too. He seemed nice though.
Well, I
We're
would
not going to kill anyone we don't have to.
prefer to avoid murdering anyone. They've
Yeah, I suppose.
treated us nicely
Yeah.
so far.
No, I wasn't talking about murder. I
Isn't
was
that what it
talking
would be?
about. It would be. Yeah. Yes, it would be murder.
We're not here to kill Zara.
No, I'm not saying that we do. I'm just saying that it's technically. When you really think about it, it'd be the easiest way to keep everything from. But then we should probably have killed Sullivan. So I suppose. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna give like Fab just a nod.
Well, are we doing anything else before he gets back?
No, but if anyone can steal those notes from our little gnome friend, it would be grand. I failed, but
I doubt I'll be able to if you couldn't.
yeah, honestly, maybe I'll just try again later.
yeah, just let me know when you do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around.
If you're
I'm
a
gonna.
cat, can you take things from people?
You know she can take fish. Or are you talking
What?
about me?
I was talking about you, Kai.
Oh, I was confused as well.
I would never call you a cat, man.
I don't know. It's risky if I do it. Because if I fail, it's real awkward.
That's true. No, if you fail, it's just a cat. Try to steal something. Cats do that. Maybe. I
High
don't know.
risk though. Someone could like slap me. Oof.
That's fine. I'll do it. I'm just
You
kind of
probably
mad because I thought I would was better at stealing than this.
Uh,
Ignore me. I'm grumpy.
you are. Yeah. Kinda don't want to get on your bad side anymore.
I did try and tell you not to get on my bad side.
Oh, but I don't like to listen. How long does it take to go down one?
All right. Everything's in order. Here you are. And he just hands Pavlova a sheet of parchment. To which she kind of unfolds and just sort of scans, and you see her kind of nod along as if she knows what it means. Yes, I see. All right. All right, and I'll make note of that. And you see her kind of copy a few things onto her own parchment. Very well. And these crates are all sealed up. She's just kind of bullshitting her way through. All right, all right. Very good. Would you like this back? Yes, I suppose so. Thank you. All right then. Is there anything else, or have we completed our little tour?
I mean, I think that we saw everything we can see.
Yes, you've seen everything I can show you. So, should we head back out and let you get started on the inventory and the camp?
Yes.
All right, sounds good to me. Just this way then.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I know it. You must be a pretty busy man.
Yes, can be a little bit busy here, but you just happened to luck into some free time that I had, and, well, we would like to get some supplies replaced, so we can spare the moment for you.
So how long have you been mining?
Well, my dwarf lad, all my life.
Like a family business.
How long have you guys been mining here?
Mining here? Good bit of time. And he kind of leads you back along down these tunnels. To where, Gail, as you kind of crept your way along, you are unnoticed with your 23. Nobody notices you here, and you're kind of now on the other side of this collapsed little barrier here. And in the torchlight, you can see the others kind of make their way back down that tunnel. And you're sort of ducked down in behind some of the taller parts of this collapsed pile here, so nobody's able to see you if you don't want them to.
Is he facing that direction?
He kind of is walking them back over towards the exit of the mine. He's facing off towards this way, winding his way back along the tunnels.
Poke my head up and wave. Not that anyone might see me, but
Well, it requires somebody with dark vision.
oh,
I think it's either me or Kaj.
Well,
I got those
to
good
be-
goggles.
to be fair, Kaj, to get where you're standing right now, you would have had to walk around this way, so you would have been closer at some point.
Okay.
I mean, I could just barely if I was looking, though. I don't think.
If he's attempting to kind of make himself seen by like moving and waving at you, then yeah, you'd be able to see him.
what? What is this? Oh no, it's 10 feet away. Yeah, I'll just kind of like stand up and wave my hands around.
Yeah, first out of the corner of your eye, Tibber and Kaj, you just kind of see motion down the mine shaft, and it kind of startles you for a second. You almost ready yourself for combat, and then as you kind of squint your eyes a little bit at the edges of your vision, you can see a humanoid figure waving at you.
That better be Gaylor, so help me.
Hope so.
And Nali, Ravi's kind of led you along the side of this little minecart here, and he's just talking away about his life of mining. Yes, me great uncle, he was a miner as well, and then grandfather, and on me mother's side, he just continues along as he's walking.
Really, yeah.
And then he kind of
Now
pauses.
he's actually kind of interested.
Yeah, he kind of pauses for a moment as he kind of turns to look back at you, and then notices that the others aren't following. And goes, all accounted for back there. Don't want anyone getting lost.
Yeah, sorry, we were just taking a look at the cave in.
Thought I heard something.
Yes, bit of dangerous business.
Yeah. So, do you work with stone, like a stone mason of some sort, or is it just mining?
All of mining, all of my life. What better life could a dwarf have?
Well, sometimes I think maybe like building or creating something with the stuff that you mine
Well,
might be something interesting.
I'm creating mines.
Ah,
There we go.
now that's true.
What better purpose could there be? It's the most beautiful structure known to dwarf kind. And he kind of leads you back along to the light that's now streaming out of the opening of this mine, and back out into the camp. But I think we'll have to call it here, just because I don't want to go too much longer. We're already 15 minutes past 3 hours, so I don't want to extend it too much longer. So we'll call it here as Ravi leads the group of you back out into the camp, with Gale still kind of ducked down over in the caved-in section. And we'll pick up back right where we left off next time. Alrighty. Over to the other screen. Fireplace. All right. So, next week. Does anything interfere with next week?
Territory.
Alrighty. Then we will pencil in next week as a go, and if anything changes, let me know.
Huzzah.
I was not trying to rhyme there, but
Bars.
okay. As for the rest, as I said at the beginning, not too sure how we're doing for Wednesday. Still have something that needs to be kind of confirmed. Someone said that they might not be able to make it, so I'll have to wait a little bit to see if that's a yes or a no. If it's not, then we'll do another casual stream, because it seems like the 100 follower thing will be better to do on a weekend. Speaking of, we reached our 100 follower goal early in the morning, and so as promised, I will do the special stream where we show off some new stuff that I've been keeping secret for a long time. But I want to just kind of see what day works best for everybody. I'll post a thing in the Discord about it. Either, I don't know if I'll do it tonight, just because it's getting a bit late. But if not tonight, then tomorrow, where you can let me know what day works best for you. If you can't make it, that's perfectly fine. VODs exist, and I'll probably post something about the Discord too. But I just want to try to get a day that'll work best for everybody. For as many people as possible. And we'll do something fun. So if there's a day that specifically works for you chat members, then you can let me know if you weren't here at the beginning when we did that. Give me a general sense, but we'll talk about it on the Discord too. As for streams, actually both Whispers and Seas have something that might interfere with their next sessions. I'm not too sure. We shall see. So I'll update on both of those, but yeah, so that'd be Wednesday and Sunday respectively. And we'll try to see if we can fit in the special stream. If not this week, then we'll do it next week for sure, but sort of maybe Friday or Saturday-ish. Depending on what everybody kind of feels. If you want to get updates on those streams and schedule changes, then follow my Twitter or join our Discord. Anybody can join, it's not just for players, so feel free to follow that link and join right out. We got channels for all the different campaigns if you want to discuss them. We got channels for memes if you want to shitpost. We got channels for art, lots of different artists making very, very amazing art. and posting it in that channel. So that's another nice thing to have. As for the archive, follow that link on YouTube. I upload all the VODs over to that channel so that you can catch up on things, or if you ever miss anything, head on back and see it. If you want to learn more about the world that all my campaigns take place in, check out our World Anvil. The link there will bring you to basically a wiki of all the different deities, places, factions, and some characters that relate to this world. For reference, this campaign takes place in Middlemere. They're now in the Silvercourt Woods. You won't find this mine on the map because that would have been spoilers. So yeah, if you want to learn more about Middlemere, you can head on over to the World Anvil and do a bit of reading. Extracurricular reading. I think that's all I have. If you haven't followed, do so. If you have your Twitch Prime and you haven't used it, we appreciate that. Over here. Other than that, that's all I have to add. Do you guys have anything?
Thank you for DMing.
Congrats for 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's fine.
listen, for all intents and purposes, it might dip back down to 99 because every once in a while it goes back down by one person or so. So we might wake up tomorrow and it's back at 99, but I don't know how else to celebrate it. So I think we're just gonna have to say hitting the 100, even if it goes back down. That counts.
Better not. We'll find
Yeah.
There's no other way to
Yeah.
qualify it by going, oh well, we have to stay at 100. That's too
Yeah.
annoying to qualify. So hitting the 100 counts. You guys did it. Even if we go back down to 99, we're still gonna pretend that we're at 100. We'll just collectively pretend that reads 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll schedule that out and we'll do that whole fun stream at some point.
If there's anything D&D players are good at, it's collectively,
Pretending.
like pretending. Yeah.
Yeah, this is RP, everybody. Okay.
it.
Join the Discord and discuss your Southern accent Satan Appleseed theories. Yes, you can discuss all of your theories about Atreus all you want on the Discord, and
Atreus.
what he might have been talking about when he spoke incredibly cryptically to the party.
He's just a man who loves apples.
Yeah, he's just an apple salesman. All right, so that's all I have for tonight. If we have a stream on Wednesday, then that'll be around 7 p.m. Eastern, so tune in for that. They're right standing out front of a big dungeon, so that session will be interesting if it happens. If not, then it'll occur next week. But it's definitely one to catch because it'll be fun. Tomorrow, I am still guest appearing on Tavernauts channel. Just twitch.tv/Tavernaut. I think if you just search Tavern, like with astronaut combined, on Twitch, you'll find it. Playing a little mini campaign involving a magic school. I think we just stumbled upon like a god's old house. I don't know. It's still too early to say what it is, but it's like his old house. And one of us got possessed by a ghost, and the rest of us just spent the whole session panicking about how to fix it.
Ooh.
And I'm still sitting on my incredible portent rolls. So I've been rolling way too well. I'm too dangerous. I rolled a 1 and a 2 last time. It's scary. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow, probably around 4ish, usually, 4 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for more of that. That'll be fun. For more Lucy awkwardly attempting to make conversation with a ghost. Other than that, have a good night, and I will see you all later.
Good night.
Good night.